Hello, YouTube. I am David Frankal, and this is Paris, where my mum's friend has a flat, and she's gone to Thailand for a week. So she offered us to use it, and so we're spending a week in Paris. It's December 2017. Shockingly enough, very few people fly on Christmas Eve. The airport is so empty.
Any more stairs?
It's a little bit like a big hole.
There's a shuttle train. Isn't that exciting?
Prochain arrêt, sortie, livraison bagages, correspondance vers Terminal 2E, Porte K et Terminal 2F. Assurez-vous de ne pas oublier vos bagages.
Next stop, baggage delivery exit. Transfer to Terminal 2E, Gate K and Terminal 2F. Please ensure that you have all of your luggage with you.
下一站出口，行李提取处，转往。
After about 2 kilometers of walking, I think we finally arrived at Paris Charles de Gaulle RER. So yes, we have flown to Paris today, despite my objection. Mum and Dad beat me by booking the flight very quickly after we were given the flat for a week by one of my mum's friends who's in Thailand, so that I wouldn't have time to moan about not taking the Eurostar. But I might have the last laugh, because Charles de Gaulle is so far away from Paris city centre that it takes about an hour to get in by train anyway. So go figure which one is better. It's a trip on the RERB after lots of walking. Oh no, this is not the platform. Still more walking. This airport is very big. Okay, so now we've found the RER. Whew, that was an effort, to say the least.
Les tickets peuvent être présents à bord. Nous vous invitons à veiller à vos effets personnels.
Beware of pickpockets. Achtung vor Taschendieben. Cuidado con los carteristas. スリに狙われないために化粧品の管理には十分ご注意ください。请保管好个人物品，谨防扒手。
Nah, that's not even that. The old Paris metro trains, which still operate on a number of the lines, must be the only metro trains I know that you open the doors manually. And finally, we've made it to the surface in Paris.
Oh, I think I've been.
It's the first time I've been here in 5.5 years. Last time was in 2012,
Okay.
back when David's life was new. It is now day 2. We have settled into the flat. Today is Today is Christmas Day and Paris is still empty and nothing is open. So we're not entirely sure what we're going to get up to today. We're just kind of wandering around. Let's explore the area. We're in the 15th arrondissement, which is south of the main centre, Paris. So you open the doors manually on these trains, and that means you can actually open them while the train is still moving. Would it let you open them in the middle of the tunnel, or is there some mechanism that goes when you enter the station? Either way, it's definitely a safety hazard. We're here at Montparnasse Here, of course, you can change to Gare du Montparnasse, which is the gateway to Bordeaux via the new LGV lines that opened just last summer. Meanwhile, we're changing on to the line 4. So for those of you who actually sat through the edited version of David's Life episode 2 that I posted recently from the last time I was in Paris, which was 5.5 years ago, you remember that we crossed a bridge full of padlocks. Well, since then the bridge became so full of padlocks that it actually caused the railings to fall down, so they've had to remove them all and put in glass panels to stop you from putting on more padlocks. Pity that. It's so strange to be back here after 5.5 years in the exact same spot. So we've decided to recreate some of the iconic scenes from David's Life episode 2. So Mummy, what do you think of the padlock bridge? It's got little padlocks in the bridge.
There's no padlock.
No more padlocks. All gone.
As you can see here, the most ridiculous thing I found, these walls of the bridge are covered in padlocks. Weird, right? So Mum, what's your opinion of all the locks on the wall?
That's new. I've never seen them before, and I like them a lot.
Okay. Let's hear from Noam. What do you think about all the padlocks on the wall?
It looks strange.
Dad, what's your opinion about all the padlocks? Dad? Dad, you're being filmed. You're being filmed. What is your opinion of
behind there?
Hello?
Yeah, but they did know something.
What's your opinion of the...
Yeah, it's definitely closed.
So Dad, what do you think? What do you think of the padlocks?
We've been in anyway. Yeah.
What do you think of the padlocks on the bridge, Dad?
It was quite good.
Dad, what do you think of the padlocks on the bridge?
To put this all up without
Your
cracking
glasses were a
down the
bit
verge.
funny.
What do you think of the padlocks on the bridge, Dad?
Really?
And this bridge is where that strange water sculpture feature thingamajig was.
There was some strange invention. Springs. Or springs. And here, with things. It's been like a fountain.
Now it's just pigeons fighting over a biscuit. Oh no, our ice cream place is closed. Can't believe that cafe is closed on Christmas Day. Oh look, someone's leading another brave rebellion against the ban on padlocks. They're fighting back. So we're now in the middle of the Jewish quarter in Paris.
Use your nose, what are you doing?
We found the fountain. It's not on, but we found it anyway. Ah.
This is actually a completely different fountain to before, and quite a few streets away. You're in a distracted and been filming since then.
So we have a dinner booked for 6 somewhere near Gare Montparnasse. So we have 2 hours to kill until then, and it's cold. So Mum has decided, this is Mum's decision by the way, not mine, but we're gonna do a fun circular on the Paris Metro. We're gonna do some of the line 6, which is the South Orbital route. Which is above ground, unlike most of the other lines which are below ground. But first we have to take the Metro 1 to west via some interesting stops such as the Louvre. So we need to take the Metro line 1 to Charles de Gaulle Étoile, and then from there we get on the 6. Number 1 is one with platform doors. Not screen doors, they don't go all the way to the top. Oh no, these were there last time we were here. I remember one of the lines had them. It must have been the line 1. So this line must have some of the newest trains on the network, which hopefully are less gloomy than the last ones we went on. See, these ones also have the tyres. Restaurant was where we got our little balloons with mussels on them, although I thought it was an aubergine.
Welcome back to Little Aubergine TV.
Charles de Gaulle Étoile, Metro 6 station. It's a single platform. I believe this is the terminus of the 6 actually, and we've got one single track but double platform, which is very unusual. And then over here, I think there's a depot or a siding of some sort. Very interesting. We're now going to get the 6 round to somewhere near Montparnasse. Can't remember the name. I think we're subsurface now. Yeah, now we're above ground. Look at that. How did that happen? So we're in Gare du Montparnasse after having dinner. Come to look at some of the TGV trains. Might come back. Gare du Montparnasse. I might come back here for do a full daytime episode later. But for now, we're going to head back to our flat by the Metro 12. Day 3. We've spent most of the day lounging about in the flat, but Mum and Dad have gone to a water park, so Mum and I are going to head to the Gare de Lyon to have a look. It's a very beautiful station. You know, take the opportunity. So we're going to be taking the Metro lines 12 and 6 in order to get there.
Mais petits vélos sont trop perturbés. C'est pas la marche. Ah bah non, mais franchement, moi j'avais 30 pour eux. Donc elles ont dû monter dans la hiérarchie, elles n'ont pas dû changer leurs habitudes d'ailleurs. Vous pariez?
Now you can see it. Now you can see it, but not forever.
So we're now in the area of Bastille. We've got probably about half an hour before it gets dark. Gare de Lyon is just this way. It's a very beautiful station apparently. So we have found the Gare de Lyon. Not exactly very architecturally spectacular, very Euston-esque, this part of it at least. This is just a side extension. Not a very tasteful one, but there is the classical front facade, which is what we came for, so let's go find that. Which should be just this way. Now that is more like it. That is the Gare de Lyon, with the famous Le Train Bleu restaurant just over there. Yep. Isn't it a beauty? So we are at the Bastille, where the pre-French Revolution prison was once located, where it was torn down and this column marks its place. Hello and welcome back.
And you see,
here we are.
It's getting to be a bit more lively.
In the hipster part of Paris, near Bastille. We sat down to have a drink, and we're now going to head back to the flat via the Metro lines 1 and 12.
Rue de l'Arpe.
The Paris adventures continue. Today we are going back to the Jewish Quarter and also the Musée d'Orsay, possibly. Place d'Italie, which is the terminus of the line 5, which is the first line we've been on with the newest rolling stock. Yeah, these seats may look like they're padded, but they are actually... Yeah, these are not very comfortable.
Gare d'Austerlitz.
Attention à la marche en descendant du train. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Achten Sie auf den Abstand zwischen Zug und Bahnsteigkante.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Achten Sie auf den Abstand zwischen Zug und Bahnsteigkante.
This is what happened to the Bastille.
And here we are back at Bastille, this time having come by the line 5, which I think is my new favourite line. So we are now walking along the kind of back streets around the Bastille, and we've come to a place Mum wanted to take us to, which is, what's it called again? Place de Vosges. It's quite a lovely little square, isn't it? Not very many people. Here's a statue of Louis XIII, because as we know, French kings only allowed to be called one of 3 names, and that's why there are about 18 King Louis. It's got cool hair. Place de Vosges. And then welcome back. We're here in the Jewish quarter. We've had a falafel. Hello, welcome back. We're at Hotel de Ville. We were going to walk to the Musée d'Orsay, but it's raining and windy and horrible outside, so we're going to hop on the metro instead. Here we are at Concord Square, and there's the Eiffel Tower in the distance. We're crossing the river now to find the Musée d'Orsay, which used to be a railway station. We were trying to come out of exit number 4, which was closest to the river, but all the signs are signs to exits 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7. We don't know where the entrance number 4 is. Very mysterious. Maybe it's a secret entrance. This might be the secret entrance secret exit number 4, but it's an exit only, so you'll never know. Well, the view from this bridge is nice. I have to say this is this view right now. So here we are, the Musée d'Orsay, former railway station turned museum, after queuing for about 45 minutes. We now have just under an hour to explore the place before it closes. And here it is, Musée d'Orsay, what was once the Gare d'Orsay. What a spectacular train shed. Musée d'Orsay, former railway station turned museum, which we spent about an hour in, and we actually managed to get in for free because I think about an hour before they closed they just decided there can't be us selling tickets, so they just opened the gates and everyone just walked in. So there you go. Hello and welcome back. It's now day 5. Today we're doing the Eiffel Tower. Now at Volontaires, Dad's favourite station. So Nam and Dad have both been up the Eiffel Tower before. I have not.
This is the Eiffel Tower and I'm not going up there.
Oh, yes.
Here's Mum, who is trying to insist that I go up there, and I repeatedly tell her that I refuse.
Let's find your father.
It's too scary and too big. Right, yeah, anyway. She's trying to get me all the way up there.
Hello.
It's pretty high.
But first we've got to find the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, I wonder where it is. Has anybody seen the Eiffel Tower? Dad, you sure this is the right way? Is it just me, or is the tower smaller than I remember? Ah, that's more like it. This last time we came here was, of course, in 2012, back in David's Life episode 2. And it was somewhere around here, or possibly on the other side, where the infamous "I'm not going up" scene was filmed, because at the time I was quite afraid of heights, so I refused to go up. And then Dad and I went off somewhere else and had a peach melba. But this time I'm gonna go up.
Oh, sure we not.
So I am going up. Thank God we're done with all that queuing. Phew! Now we have to join the next queue. Day 8 of queuing. How do you feel? Dad, you know what? I don't really want to go up the Eiffel Tower. Let's go home. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, don't feel like it. After literally 2.5 hours of queuing, we finally... I mean, this is it. Are you enjoying this? Is this worth it, Dad? Look at this view of Paris. Wow. So yeah, we wildly underestimated the amount of queuing time. Anyway, we're now walking up the stairs to the second floor, from which there is a lift. There's also a lift up to the first floor. We're not doing that, because we want the experience of walking. It's an incline lift, actually. There's 2. So we made it up to the first floor. The walk wasn't even that long, actually. Well, compared to the queue, at least. What a view, and what a good day to do this. You've got to plan with the weather when you're doing things that involve a view, as we learnt from the Jungfraubahn, which cost a lot of money and a lot of time, and we ended up seeing just about nothing. Although in fairness, it was like that the whole week, so I don't know, I guess I'll have to go back there. But in the meantime, here's Paris from the Eiffel Tower. A much better day. So that was the first floor. Now let's go up to the second.
Hold this one, sir.
No.
Or not?
And up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and up, and so on and so forth. made it to the top now. How do you feel?
I think I should put some.
How do you feel?
Don't put that in the bowl.
Well, that was the top of the Eiffel Tower. Probably never come here again. Seriously, queuing times are ridiculous. It's literally taken up the entire day, which was not the plan. Oh well. And down 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 and down. And down and down and down and down and down and down. I'm breaking the law right now. This film is illegal, technically, because it's technically breach of copyright to photograph or video the Eiffel Tower at night. Thus is the strangeness of French copyright law. Hello and welcome back. We're now heading to a restaurant for dinner near the Gare de l'Austerlitz. We're going to be taking the RERC, which we haven't been on yet.
You're not going to narrate Where are we on the Met? Are we on the Met?
The Met?
Metro.
What, the Manchester Metrolink?
No, the France.
Well, that was our second RER experience. Quick tip is that you have to keep your, unlike on the regular metro, you do have to keep your tickets until you finish travelling, because you have to put them in the barriers on the way out, as opposed to it just being a one-way barrier. Or we just went through the wrong one. We're not sure. Anyway, this is the Gare de l'Austerlitz, which I haven't actually been to yet. It's a bit run down. So the train shed continues over that way, and that half is all closed off for renovation. That's also where the Metro 5 kind of pokes a hole in the side of the building we saw yesterday. And the platforms are down here. They're all regional trains here, no TGV services. This is one of the two smaller termini, and not one of the big four. This locomotive looks a bit like a hammerhead shark. Okay, we made a mistake. I've made a mistake. This is completely the wrong... Nowhere near where we need to be. Is we actually need to be in Place de Clichy. So, back on the RERC and then swap over to the Metro 13 at Invalid. Whoops. Here we are at Invalid, or actually pronounced Invalid. We're now going to swap onto the Metro 13 and go to Place de Clichy, where our restaurant is actually located. Oh, I haven't been at one of these before. This is a new one. battle for taking the train here. Instead we flew, but fear not, because tomorrow we are taking the TGV to Strasbourg. But that will be part of part 2. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Hello YouTube, I'm at Stockport. We're going down to London this weekend. The train we were booked on has actually been cancelled due to some issues between London and Watford, so we're getting on the next one, which is the 10:43. We were originally planning to do mail rail while we were down here this weekend, but we tried to book and realised that it actually sells out about a month in advance. So not this time, but we'll book it for next time we go to London. Apparently it's very popular. Anyway, this is the December 2017 edition of Greetings from London. Muslims, migrants, immigrants. Oh, they're coming. They're coming. They're going to invade Christian Europe. The Jews are controlling everything. And that's why you should vote for me as Prime Minister. Holy sh**, that actually worked.